everyone, I'm Seva and welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's video, we're going to be making a black bean shrimp and rice skillet. But before we get into the video, make sure to give this video a thumbs up and don't forget to hit that subscribe button and the little bell so you don't miss another one of my videos. Alright, let's get started. So as always, this recipe is going to be super easy and simple, but delicious. Now our shrimp are going to be sitting on top of a nice bed of rice and black beans and of course a ton of herbs and spices. This recipe only takes 10 minutes to prep, and what's really nice about it is it's all cooked in one pan, and you know how I feel about easy cleanup. Now if you haven't seen them already, make sure to check out my shrimp and quinoa bowl and my healthy shrimp pasta dish if you want to get another recipe out there to use with your shrimp that's nice and healthy. Now this recipe is going to yield 4 servings, but as always you can mess with it however you want. You can make it to serve for 2, for 8, whatever it is you want. You can just mess with the ingredients down below. Now here I separated the ingredients for the shrimp and for your black bean and your rice kind of mixture. So for our shrimp, all you're going to need is raw shrimp. Now you're going to want to have the large ones, and I'll tell you why in a little bit. Now I always recommend wild caught, please. But these ones is going to save us some time because they're already peeled, deveined, and the tails have been removed. So then you're just going to need some extra virgin olive oil, some red pepper flakes, some garlic, a little bit of salt. And then for our black bean and rice skillet, we're going to need obviously our rice and our black beans, some lime, some salt, some cilantro or parsley, and then you're going to want some chicken stock. Now if you want to see a separate video on how I do that, all I did was use the Better Than Bouillon chicken base, and then I used 2 teaspoons of that with 2 cups of water, and you're going to want to boil that and mix everything together, and then that's how you get your chicken stock if you don't have some prepared already. So I like to kind of make my own chicken base as I go. That way I don't open up a carton and then I just have it sitting there and it goes bad and I have to throw it out. I just kind of make it as I need it. And that chicken base literally lasts like forever. So now I'm going to have 4 tips for you guys to make it easier for you guys to make this dish. Tip number 1, use large raw shrimp. So you're going to want to use the large ones just because it's going to be just bigger and have more juices, and it's going to make this just go a lot smoother and very flavorful. If you use the small ones, it's just not going to have as much juice and they're going to cook up a lot quicker, and you don't want them to be tough. And you're not going to want to use pre-cooked because we're going to be cooking everything on this skillet with our rice, and you don't want them to be just sitting there getting like really rubbery and tough because they're already cooked. Tip number 2, when you're using raw shrimp, you want to make sure that they're peeled and deveined. If they're not already, you're just going to have to do that extra step. Tip number 3, don't use already cooked rice. You're going to want to use a rice like jasmine rice like I'm going to use today. That way it only takes about 15 to 20 minutes to cook, and you'll be absorbing all of these flavors into your rice. It's not already pre-cooked and just going to get like mush. Tip number 4, use freshly squeezed lime juice. It's not going to be as acidic and it's going to be way richer in flavor. Trust me. Now as always, I'm going to have all the nutrition facts down below in the description box for you guys to check out, but without further ado, let's head over to the stove. So the first thing you're going to want to do is start off with your shrimp. So we're going to heat up a skillet to about medium heat, and we're going to add in our shrimp, our pepper flakes, our salt, our garlic, and our olive oil. Cook for about 3 to 4 minutes. Definitely keep an eye on the shrimp because they only take about 3 to 4 minutes to cook. You don't want to overcook them because we are going to be adding them back into the skillet on top when it comes to our rice and everything. No one wants tough, rubbery shrimp. Just going to want to make sure that obviously they're all spread around the skillet. They're not on top of each other, not cooking. We're just going to do this for, like I said, 3 to 4 minutes until they're nice and pink. And I probably only flip them maybe like 1 or 2 times. It smells so good. Just going to start flipping them now because I can see they're pink on the other side. Okay, so now that our shrimp are done, I'm just going to remove them and put them on a separate plate. And we're using the same pan here, so don't clean it, don't do anything, just remove your shrimp. I'm going to put a piece of foil on it just to make sure that they're still nice and warm, because you don't want to be cooking everything for the next, let's say, I don't know, 20 minutes, and now these are frozen cold and everything else is hot, and now it's just like a mix of temperatures. I don't like that. So now I'm just gonna take a piece of foil, cover this, and let that sit. Now we're ready to move on to our black bean and rice part. Okay, so we're gonna put the heat back on. Now we're gonna start off with our chicken broth, our salt, and our rice. So we're just going to toss this around so that all of the rice is inside the chicken broth, and we're going to bring this to a boil, and then just like any normal rice, we're going to bring it to a boil, and then we're going to take a lid and let that just simmer for a bit. Now for this part, if you don't want to use jasmine rice, you don't have to. Just make sure it's a rice that takes about 15 to 20 minutes to cook. Okay, so now we're boiling, so we're just going to lower the heat, cover, and we're just going to let this simmer for 15 to 20 minutes. I'm just going to set a timer for 15 and then check it then. You're just going to want to do this till the rice is cooked. If after the 20 minutes you find that your rice isn't cooked all the way through, you might just need to add another half of a cup of water, but that just depends on all of your equipment, the level of heat, gas, electric, what type of rice you're using. It all just kind of depends, but this is what's working for me. I'll show you guys what it looks like when I'm done. Okay, so our timer just went off. Now I have jasmine rice at 15 minutes, remember that. Okay, see what we look like. We're good. Okay, so I'm just going to turn off the heat just for a second. Okay, so the 15 minutes was literally perfect, so I do recommend that you always, with any recipe, start on the low end and just kind of check in, see how everything's cooking, how everything's marinating, so you can see, you make sure you don't overcook anything, because no one likes anything to be overcooked. Okay, so now, oh, excuse me. So now we're going to add in our black beans, and these have already been drained and rinsed. We're just going to mix this all together. Now we're going to also add in our lime juice. Okay, and now for our parsley or cilantro, whatever it is you have on hand. Cilantro would be better, but you know what I always say, they don't like that in this house, so use some parsley. I'm just going to get this nice and heated and all to the same temperature. You don't want to overcook anything by any means. Oh, this looks so beautiful. So now the next thing we're going to want to do is we're going to want to take our shrimp, and we're going to want to add some lime juice and some of that parsley or cilantro. I'm just going to want to blend this up just a bit on our plate. You can do this in a bowl, whatever it is that you have, just a little bit. And then we're going to add this back into our skillet and just heat it up ever so slightly. We're not doing anything crazy here or recooking them or anything. Like I said, no one wants overcooked shrimp that are just rubbery and tough. So right on top of our bed of rice and beans. Okay. Grab our shrimp. Just doing this just to reheat them a bit to make sure everything is at the same temperature. And then once you're done with this step, we're literally done and it's time to try some. Can't go wrong with adding in some extra juices and flavoring, so don't let anything go to waste. Beautiful. Okay guys, so we're all done and now it's time for my favorite part, to try some. So we're gonna get some of our rice, our beans, our shrimp. Looks so good. I probably should be using a spoon to do this, but I'm impatient. Oh, it smells so good. Okay. It's probably gonna be really hot. It's okay. It's okay. Okay. So let's grab our shrimp, rice, black beans, and parsley. So good, you guys. I love, like I've told you in the past, anything shrimp, anything citrusy, anything like that. I just love. My palate is just like, give me more, give me more. This has a little bit of a spice with those red pepper flakes, but everything balances out really, really nicely. I love the shrimp in this dish. I love that you're getting your nice black beans in there, you're getting your citrus, you're getting some of your carbs, you're getting some fresh herbs. It's all in there. Super, super delicious. I can't wait for you guys to try this one at home. Please let me know what you think in the comment section below. I'd really love to hear your feedback on this one. It's super delicious. Well, that's all I have for this video today, you guys. I hope you liked it and I hope you learned something new. If you did like it, make sure to give this video a nice thumbs up and don't forget to hit that subscribe button and the little bell so you don't miss another one of my videos. If you want to get my exclusive nutrition tips, healthy food recommendations, and delicious recipes just like this one, then make sure to head over to my description box, click the link, and join the fam. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye, guys.